Hey again. Part two, I guess. Sorry about that. Hopefully the text is better and we can finish up. So okay, we were talking about people at work and things that you can do to help deal with that. You know, the dynamic of a narcissist codependent or narcissist empath is a pattern. It's a dance. It's a way of being. It's a way of living. And you'll see a lot of Jekyll and Hyde in the workplace too. They'll be false and nice to some people or giving people what they want. And then other people, let's say you, they bully. Bullies in the workplace are really starting to come to the surface and getting worse. So how do you not be the person that a narcissist has decided to bully? And we were talking about things that you can do that get you centered. And we started with a little bit of a smudge, or we started about creating an environment. But the environment is really mainly for you because you have decided that you want to change the dynamic at work. You've decided that you need to do something different for you because if you can't leave your job yet, then you need to get rooted in and you need to get grounded so that you can become the person that a narcissist doesn't want to be around. Because really, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, some environments will be less toxic, some will be more supportive, but the dynamics of the world will stay the same. There will be predators and there will be prey. And you can decide whether you want to be the prey or not. The predators aren't necessarily going away. You're not going to suddenly change a narcissist into a really great human being who has no wounds or insecurities or issues. What happens is that you break out of the dynamic, you break out of that dance. So when you work with a narcissist, one of the best things to do is to start practicing that change. Start doing things which give you confidence to not take things personally, to give you confidence to only meet people halfway and not to give more than you want to have the confidence to walk away from a bully, to have the confidence to say, here and no more. Many times we try to solve things by hoping that we'll go to somebody and someone will solve it and someone will fix it for us. But in reality, they can't. And in the workplace, a lot of people don't want to intervene, and the victim ends up getting victimized more and more. The shift that happens is you stop being in a mindset that encourages a narcissist to bring out their worst behavior. Many times the victims of narcissists are people who are super compassionate and empathic and kind and nice. And it's almost like they have a big sign on their back that says, hey, it's okay to come over here and bully me. Now, you don't have to stop being kind and nice and wonderful. Instead, you strengthen the part of you that stands up for yourself, that has self respect. They did this research a while back and they said, okay, what's the most effective way to go through life? What will get you what you want more often? And this is what they concluded is that when someone is always looking to take advantage of someone, which is a full blown narcissist, someone who's always looking for what's the best angle, what's in their best interest, how they can help themselves. Um, when someone's a full blown narcissist, then the best way to handle them is to have very strong boundaries, not allow them to even have, even get into your emotional headspace and protect yourself from them. Tit for tat, oddly enough, is one of the things that they suggest. If someone treats you badly and they're a full blown narcissist, then you need to be strong. You need to have that line and say, you know what, this isn't the way that I want to live, and then start looking for someplace else that isn't as toxic. If someone is a fair-minded person, and if someone's fair-minded, they actually have, kind of some options that you can work with. Because someone who's based on life has to be fair at all times, they're not seeing the dynamic yet. They're not seeing that how they treat people is how they respond to them. And so in the tit for tat model, you are, when they give you that toxicity, you don't give the toxicity back, but you give that strength back. And when they give you the kindness, then you support that and you encourage it, just like you would, a kid who's growing up. And most people sort of fall in this fair-minded category. A lot of people don't fall in the psychopathic, sociopathic, category. They fall in the category of, they're wounded and they have issues and they have struggles, and they need someone who says, look, this behavior is bad, but this behavior is encouraged. When you go over here and do this, it's going to get you someone who is not easy to work with. It's going to get you someone who has some strong lines. But when you behave in a way that's supportive, when you behave in a way that's kind, even if it's crap, even if it's they just want to get something from you, when they're able to, people do what works. They do what works for them. And so if treating you in a way that's abusive and bullying is no longer working for them, but by treating you with a certain level of respect that you expect from them, that's how they get what they want. The majority of people who fall in that wounded, highly narcissistic, because they're self-absorbed, but they aren't, evil psychopaths that, you know, need some serious help, that they're really just ugly, nasty bullies. Being strong, punching them in the face when they need to be punched in the face, but also having compassion when the behavior that they have is positive. Now, you are one of those kind, super nice, wonderful, empathic, compassionate people. And that's what we wish more of the world was like, right? When you find people who are like that, who are open and compassionate and kind and flexible and understanding, you can be kind, you can give easily, you can give generously, but you have to make sure that's who you're working with. We as empaths and narcissists, we walk into a situation, we want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. We want to look at everybody as if they're versions of ourselves, as if they've got a light inside of them, a spiritual light inside of them. And we want to encourage that. And we're going to look at them in the most positive light, and it's always going to be, a good thing. But in reality, that's not good for people who are wounded. People who are wounded, just like kids, they need structure, they need stability. They need somebody who says here and no more. They need somebody that says, look, I like you, I really do, and this is unacceptable. I don't deserve this. I'm not going to allow myself to be treated this way. And not done at the top of your voice, done in a way that's centered and present. And that's why we focus on, first of all, getting you to a good place. Because when you're in a good place, whether it's at work or home, when you're in a good place, you're able to start sending out waves. You're able to start being the person that directs the energy. And the people who, as I said, are more psychopathic narcissism, of course, they're not going to respond at all to that. But most people don't fall into the psychopathic narcissism. They fall into their highly narcissistic. They've got underlying things going on. And they need someone who is a strong person, who recognizes that this is not the way you want the life, world to look like. This is not what you want your life to look like, and you're not going to allow people to give you that experience because you don't deserve it either. And when you start having that compassion for you and recognizing that the world is filled with a wide variety of people and most of them are struggling with something, and that your kindness and your love and your compassion won't always land, won't always be effective, that sometimes people need structure and somebody that makes them feel secure because they push back. Many people don't feel secure because they don't know where people stand. And so no, empaths and compassionate people end up being the targets because someone feels like they've got power over you. It's only when you start standing up to a bully in a very grounded, non-emotional way. Do you remember when you were a kid and your mom would say, just wait till your dad got home? And if your dad was a threat, and mine was, it was serious because my dad wasn't screwing around. If things were going to go badly, they were going to go badly fast, and I wasn't going to mess with them. So it's the same sort of way. When you're confident and centered in yourself about who you are and what you want and where you're going and what you'll accept and what you won't accept, and you put things in your life that keep you in that space, narcissists sort of start to fall away because you really aren't the easy pickings. You really aren't the easy target anymore. So it's like an evolution in you. When you evolve, when you become the person that respects herself and stands up for herself in a very grounded, centered way, and when you do things that help you stay there, community and ritual and spirituality and music and creating comfortable environments for yourself. When you create environments where you can stay strong, where you can be strong and not be exhausted and worn out and beat down and run over. When you're in a strong, comfortable place like that, narcissists fall away because you've changed the dynamic. You've changed the dance. It's no longer narcissist and empath. Now it's narcissist, who doesn't behave in a narcissistic way, to you, because you're no longer part of that pattern that they're used to. So, okay, a lot of information. And it got cut up in half. Sorry about that. If you're stuck, reach out because I can help you move forward. I can help you figure things out, even if it's just with all the live streams that we've done. I've got a whole library that's searchable. I can get you the link and the password, and so that you can go online and sign up for that. And it's updated, almost weekly with these live streams. Okay. So I hope you have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to mine. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye. Ooh, there we go.